it seems like the Bleach fandom just can't catch a break. I'm not gonna lie. It's not that because some people take it as if I'm just constantly being negative about Bleach when I bring forth these articles and the news or whatever. I'm just bringing you guys the facts, whether you want to take it or not. That's neither here nor there. At the end of the day, I'm just speaking what is reality when it comes to Bleach. And the train wreck that it's been ever since the ending of the last arc up until now, there's just always something bad with Bleach. There's a couple times that there's some good news here or there, which, like, okay, Burn the Witch, the spinoff manga, I said it was good or whatever. Obviously, it was enjoyable. It was a spinoff, one shot, but nevertheless, when there's something good to talk about, I will talk about it as well. But when it comes to Bleach, especially again for the last couple years, it's just always like not really good news. Now, a lot of you know that the Bleach live action film has been released in Japan. I believe they even did a screening in New York City, if I'm not mistaken, of the Bleach live action film as well. So some people have actually came out and watched the film, and I've heard good things about the film, to be honest with you. I've heard that it's actually a good film. I myself have not had the opportunity yet to see it, but I heard it was a good film. So that's some good news there. But box office sales are telling a different story, at the very least, from Japan. Now, Bleach, again, you know what I'm saying, it was a big dog. People forget how much of an impact Bleach had, but I'm starting to wonder how much of that impact in the East, in Japan in particular, is still even relevant at this point, as far as, like, it seems as though people have just genuinely moved on or forgotten about Bleach. In the West is a different story, because I still see in the West a lot of people love Bleach. In fact, I know Brave Souls, which is obviously global, all over the place, whatever, but Brave Souls, the mobile game, still does very well. They're actually celebrating, I believe, the 3rd year anniversary, and they're doing like a big thing where they got like a lot more of the 1000-year Blood War characters like Chuabak and all that. So we still have, some good stuff going on, but it just seems as though Japan has moved on from Bleach and don't really care about it like they did, 10 years ago. 10 years ago, Bleach was a big deal in the Shonen Jump rankings. It was always top 3. Bleach was humongous, but I don't even know anymore. I'm honestly starting to wonder what it is about Bleach that it just constantly is taking L's, and it's like, bro, Bleach did its thing. Bleach, it was huge. Why does Bleach continue to fall on hard times? Now, the opening weekend sales for the Bleach live action movie have been released, and it seemingly started off very, very bad. Now, who knows? Maybe with word to mouth, because again, there's a lot of people that are saying it's actually a genuinely good film. Maybe with word of mouth, it can spread that, hey, this is a good film, go check it out. But based on the sales we got for the first day and the opening weekend for the film, the movie is already essentially a flop. And a lot of people have, had back and forths on Twitter in particular. Follow me on Twitter if you haven't, because that's where a lot of times I'll update you guys before I make the videos and stuff like that. But a lot of people have a lot of reasonings or excuses, whatever you want to say, regarding why this happened. But the Bleach live action film in its opening weekend did $1.5 million, yen transferring to dollars or whatever. It did about $1.5 million, which, a million, that sounds great, but in all honesty, when it comes to films, y'all know that that's not good at all. And in fact, in the article I just read, which I'll read a little bit, people are saying that is very, very poor. Now, in comparison, because I've seen people use this argument, which, don't get me wrong, I wanted this film to succeed. I did not want this to flop. I did not want it to fail, because bigger things, things that are successful, then it'll lead to something else, and we could eventually one day see the return of the Bleach anime, because I think it's safe to say that that's the one thing at this point that Bleach fans are holding out for, like the return of the anime or whatever. But doing $1.5 million in comparison, people are saying that, well, the Japanese are catching on, that the live action films are no good, so they're not even. Not necessarily. The Gintama movie in its entirety did $42 million US, and I don't know what it did its opening weekend, but I can assure you that doing $1.5 million in its opening weekend, Bleach is not going to even get close to something like that. I'm imagining maybe $4 to $5 million at the end of its run, and that's me being generous. I don't know exactly how Japanese box offices work in comparison to like the US or whatever, but it'll do probably like $2 or $3 million, I'm imagining. But again, people are saying in comparison to like the Gintama film, which Bleach was way bigger than Gintama. It sold way more than Gintama, and all around, it's freaking Bleach, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a huge property. So in comparison, that Gintama in total did 42 mil. Imagine maybe it did like 10, 15 mil in its opening weekend, something like that. That is a very far distance. So it's not that people are not into watching anime live actions. They wouldn't be creating them if that was the case. You know what I'm saying? They would figure, oh, okay, people don't want to watch this. You know, let's just not do it or whatever. But it's very, very bad for the Bleach live action, which makes me wonder, because from what I understand, it actually does not even go into Soul Society. It actually just covers the first arc of Bleach, the Substitute Shinigami arc or whatever. So we didn't even get to that, and if this film doesn't pick up as far as sales wise, we might not get a sequel at all. Let's read the article and we'll talk some more. Japanese box office: Mamoru Hosoda's Midai performs below expectations, and the Bleach live action struggles. And we're just gonna cut to the chase. Another big disappointment of the weekend was the live action film adaptation of Tite Kubo's internationally popular shonen action manga, Bleach, starring 25-year-old Sota Fukushi from Kamen Rider. And of course, the Shinsuke Sato, which he's the director, he did the Death Note Light Up the World movie, as well as the Gantz film. And it was released in 328 theaters last Friday. That's a decent amount. If I'm not mistaken, the Gintama film only had like 50 more theaters, something like that, so that's a decent amount. But earned a very poor 135 million yen from the 99,000 ticket sales in its first Saturday and Sunday. 177 million yen in 3 days total, which 177 mil rounds about to $1.5 million, which was worse than that of Takashi Miike's box office disaster, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Diamond is Unbreakable Chapter 1, just 1 year ago. So JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Diamond is Unbreakable actually flopped as well. That's a shame, because I was really looking forward to seeing that, and I believe that did about 2 million. So if Bleach doing 1.5 mil in its first week is, you know, below what JoJo did, and JoJo did about 2 million in total, maybe Bleach might not even see 2 million, or probably will see around 2 to 3 mil at most or whatever. That is freaking horrible. And judging from its very weak opening, it seems difficult for Bleach to even reach the 1 billion yen mark in Japan. Mike's JoJo live action film made 920 million yen from its domestic run. So again, for Bleach to do worse than what they call a disaster with Diamond is Unbreakable, JoJo, and again, I think that did about $2 million US or whatever, this is looking very, very grim. Again, I'm hoping that word to mouth, because I heard it's a good film, and you know, you can't just lump together quality and sales. They're separate at the end of the day. Just because something's good or it's bad doesn't mean that it's gonna be successful or fail. So if this film is indeed good, like a lot of people are saying at this point, then I hope that things pick up, because at the end of the day, I don't want to see Bleach fail. Okay, like, it's had enough losses. We got the manga rushed in the end. We had just so many different problems. Every time there's always something going on that's just negative with Bleach. I want to see this pick up, and it's a shame. I'm curious what you guys think about this one. How do you feel that the Bleach live action film opened up to a very, very disappointing number? What do you equate at this point? Because there's some people that are saying a little bit of outrageous things of like, they're blaming the weather. Yes, I heard that there's a scorching heat wave over there in Japan, but to blame the weather when at the end of the day the movie theaters have AC, you know what I'm saying? People are going to want to go to the movie theaters to get away from the weather. Like, yo, it's going to be cold in here. We can have a nice relaxing time or whatever. I'm hearing people saying the weather, a lot of different things. The Japanese aren't into live action films. Like, that's BS, man. When Gintama did very, very well, and there's a couple other films that did very well. If I'm not mistaken, the Rurouni Kenshin films did well as well. So I don't think that that's a good excuse, to be honest with you. It just seems as though, to me, from everything that I constantly see with Bleach, that the Japanese have just moved on. I don't know exactly when it happened. I want to say it was after Aizen was captured and during the Fullbring arc. I think that was the downslide of Bleach. And even with the 1,000-Year Blood War, as strong as it was in the beginning, because that was a really freaking incredible arc in the beginning, I was like, Bleach is back, baby. This is on that Soul Society level. It just never picked back up to where it once was. And this live action movie is another example of Bleach has just been forgotten in Japan, and it's a shame. It really is. It's a shame. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, stalk my Facebook, follow me on Twitch. Make sure to hit the bell to get all notifications. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Bow. Have an awesome day.
We make a major move, laugh and let the haters lose. We don't give a fuck, virginity intact, cream stack. Paper rules, if you heard it, best believe that. But now it's whatever, one day I'll be a favorite, but never. No matter how you get it done.